car racing since I was a kid, 9, 10 years old. Our family used to go to the tracks all the time and we'd watch the races. And I've always wanted to drive a car. Well, I had two huge struggles with this. One was my wife. She's not real excited about it, especially at my young age that I am now. And the second one was, for me, is how's God going to fit into racing? And God's important to me, and I wanted him to be part of this, but I couldn't figure out how it was going to work. And basically, I thought about it, prayed about it, asked other Christian friends about it. It was close to 2 years before I decided, yes, I want to race.
And almost right after you made that decision, almost immediately, you had your first opportunity to witness, at least in a small way, to your faith in racing. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I just got done racing a feature race, 12, 15 laps, pulled in, got out of the car, just took my helmet off, and this lady come walking up to me with a mic.
What does the back of your car say?
God is for us, who can be against us?
And what does that mean?
What that means is that if you follow Christ, no matter what happens, he's always with you. And that's, Christ is a very important part of my life, and I wanted to make sure that the guys out here knew that, and share, anytime I get a chance, I'll share it with them.
What does it say on the back of your car?
Oh, no, you didn't.
And what does that mean?
I got it off a song, a country song, and it means like, oh, you didn't just wreck me, or you didn't just pass me type of slogan.
What does it say on the back of your car?
Oh, it says thanks Mom and Dad and my pit crew and Shake and Bake.
And what does Shake and Bake mean?
Oh, he's trying to shake the other guys and get going.
And as you are racing, there was also a really heartbreaking situation in your own family that you were dealing with. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, my nephew Brad got himself in trouble with meth, and eventually he ended up in prison down in Seagoville, Texas. And we all supported him and wrote letters and went to visit him and so forth. When I started racing, I wrote Brad a letter about it and sent him a picture of the car and that. Well, in turn, Brad had made a friend in prison, Kenny, and he showed Kenny the picture of my car, and Kenny said, you know, is there any chance I could get involved with Butch? That's my nickname that I go by. My family calls me Butch. Could I get involved with Butch in this racing and help him maybe in his setups? And Kenny has had experience at Bush level racing and setup before he got himself in trouble. So it was an easy yes for me, because I don't know that much about setup, and to have someone with that knowledge help me, it'd be awesome. So we began writing letters back and forth. I shared him the setup for my car and weights and so forth. And then Kenny had come back with suggestions. But I told him I don't want just suggestions. I want why behind it. Explain to me why we're doing what we're doing. And it's really grown into really a great relationship. And this last winter, I went down to Seagoville, Texas, so I could meet Kenny face to face. And we talked for 4 hours straight. And not just about racing. I wanted to know more about Kenny and what happened to him, and just him and his life. And then we also talked about Christ. And when I left there, I still have an image of Kenny in my mind, turned around looking at me. But when I left, I told Kenny, Christ can use you no matter where you're at. I don't care where you're at, Kenny. If you trust in him, he will use you, even here in prison. So it was a great visit, and another way for me to share my faith with Kenny. Well, Brad has got out of prison now, and he's in Phoenix area, living there, and he's just out of halfway house, and he's working with a probation officer. But in talking with Brad, I mentioned to him, that I went and seen Kenny, And man, he thought that was just awesome. And through the conversation, Brad mentioned that, Kenny doesn't have his own Bible. And I said, well, we can solve that real easy. So I am on Amazon.com, and Kenny had a Bible. And along with that, I just sent him a note saying that you're going to receive a Bible, just like the one I have, a living Bible, that study Bible, that I want you to really pay attention to the footnotes down below as you read the scripture, because those footnotes below put it in language of today that really, really helped me understand what God was trying to tell us through these different chapters of the Bible. Kenny received the Bible, and then since then I also sent him the upper room, and now he said, I'm having a hard time reading just today, I want to go on. But he can relate almost every day to the story that he reads in the upper room, I mean. And it's just, I don't know, it's just great to see someone. He says, I'm reading the Bible every day, Butch. And I mean, it's just been awesome to be a small part of God's big plan.
Well, you didn't just stop with yourself either, did you? You enlisted a few other people in this mission. Can you tell us about that?
Well, when I was in the Navy, and I'm not trying to compare the Navy to prison, but close. Anyways, it was lonely, and away from your family, and letters meant a lot to me. And again, I think God was talking to me and said, this might be a way to help Kenny. So I went to my two sisters, Joanne and Judy, and I said, what do you think about starting to write to Kenny? And they both knew him already because of conversations with me and also through Brad. And I said, it's not write a letter once or twice and we're done. This is a long-term commitment because Kenny has 16 more years in prison. So I want you to think about it and really decide if this is what you want to do. Well, both my sisters said yes. And Kenny received his first letter from Joanne here probably a couple weeks ago.
And then Joanne got a letter back.
Yeah.
Dear Joanne, hope this letter finds you doing well, and it's always nice to receive mail and meet good people, so hello Joanne, and nice to meet you. Would enjoy getting to know you better. This is just a guess, but I would say your family reunions have to be a blast, surrounded by good loving people plus being race fans and dog loving people. It don't get no better than that. I really treasure the friendship that me and Brad made while he was here. Good people like him are far and few in here. Then he introduced me to his Uncle Butch. Is he not great? His friendship has been a true blessing. I really mean that. The correspondence we have gets my mind away from everything in here and helps me enjoy helping him. He also helped me with my relationship with God. That says and means a lot right there.
Pretty special words.
Oh yes, it was. There's so many times that you think you've been called by God and asked to do something, but for me anyway, it's been seldom that I've found out that yes, this really happened. The return come quick. I guess what I'm trying to say. Where lots of times you do things and you go, well, that's fine, and you don't know if it made a difference or not. With Kenny, it did.